3 baby sheep huddle by the fire, until a sudden knock at the door breaks the silence. Candlelight flickered inside, but something in the storm had the baby sheep's full attention. The storm howled outside, then a knock at the door. The baby sheep froze. A storm raged outside. The baby sheep stood still. Then a knock at the door. At the edge of a vast, mysterious forest, there lay a small and peaceful village, where life moved slowly and gently. Nestled, there was a charming little cottage, built from earthy clay and sturdy wood, its roof covered with soft grass, like a natural blanket. Around it bloomed colorful wildflowers swaying in the breeze, painting a perfect picture of calm and warmth. Inside, a loving mother sheep lived with her 3 tiny baby sheep, fluffy and white, their innocent eyes wide with wonder. These little ones were new to the world, unaware of the dangers that sometimes lurked beyond the trees. Their days were filled with playful laughter and tender care, wrapped in the safety of their home. Every night, as the sky turned dark and the stars began to twinkle, the mother sheep gathered her babies close. She would tell them gentle stories about the forest, about bravery and kindness, but always ended with a serious warning. Remember, my dear ones, if you ever hear a knock on the door when I am away, never open it without thinking carefully. And if you hear my voice but cannot see my face, do not be fooled. Danger sometimes wears the mask of love, trying to trick you. The babies would giggle, confident they could always tell their mother's voice apart. But the mother's eyes held a deeper wisdom, a quiet reminder that the world can be full of surprises, some of them frightening. One bright afternoon, under a sky painted with soft clouds, the mother sheep prepared to leave. She kissed her babies gently on their soft heads and said, "I'm going to the forest to gather fresh grass and sweet fruits. Be brave and careful, and don't open the door for anyone." The baby sheep nodded earnestly, their little hearts trusting and hopeful. The door closed behind her with a gentle thud, sealing the safety of the cozy cottage. Inside, sunlight poured through the windows, and the breeze whispered softly through the flowers outside. All seemed peaceful, but shadows were stirring beyond the trees. Hidden deep in the dark shadows of the forest, a cunning and hungry wolf watched the cottage. His sharp eyes glinted with anticipation, and his nose twitched at the scent of soft wool and innocent voices. For days, he had been waiting, learning the rhythms of the sheep family, knowing that the little ones were alone, unguarded. A wicked smile curled on his lips as he imagined the easy prey before him. He moved silently, blending with the shadows, inching closer with each step, eager to make his move when the moment was right. As the storm clouds gathered and the wind began to howl, the wolf crept to the door of the cottage. His voice dropped to a soft, coaxing whisper. "Children, it's me, ... Open the door." Inside, the eldest baby sheep's eyes lit up with hope. "Mom is here," he exclaimed, but the youngest's ears twitched uneasily. Something was wrong. The voice was too smooth, too different. "Wait," he warned, "this isn't right." The wolf tried to sound sweeter. "I've brought you fresh fruits to eat. Please, open quickly." The baby sheep's hearts raced, torn between hope and fear. With a cautious step, the youngest sheep tiptoed toward the window. He pressed his nose against the glass, peering into the stormy night. Behind the corner of the house, hidden partly in the shadows, he saw something that made his blood run cold, a long brown tail swaying gently in the rain. It was not their mother's soft wool, but the wolf's thick, dangerous fur. His heart pounded fiercely, and his breath came quick. He hurried back to his siblings, whispering urgently, "It's not Mom, it's the wolf. He's trying to trick us." The room grew tense, fear and courage battling in their small chests. The wolf growled softly, realizing his first plan had failed. He slunk behind the house, rolling in the dirt and mud to mask his scent. Then, with a pitiful whimper, he called out, "Children, I'm tired and hurt. Please, open the door." The baby sheep exchanged worried glances, remembering their mother's warning. The wolf's voice sounded desperate but dangerous. Their little bodies trembled, but they stood firm, knowing that trust must be earned, not given blindly. Frustration turning to rage, the wolf stretched his sharp claws under the door, scraping and scratching, trying to force his way inside. The baby sheep gasped and scrambled back, quickly pushing a heavy wooden chest against the door to block him. Their small hearts pounded with fear, but also with newfound bravery. The wolf snarled, his eyes blazing with fury, but the children held their ground, protecting their home with everything they had. Outside, the rain fell harder as the mother sheep hurried along the muddy path toward her cottage. Her basket was soaked, her wool slick with rain, but her spirit remained strong. Warm light spilled from the cottage door, promising safety and love inside. The baby sheep watched anxiously from their window, their eyes wide with hope and longing. The wolf, seeing the mother's approach, snarled one last time and melted back into the shadows of the forest, defeated for now. As the rain poured and thunder echoed far away, the door creaked slowly open. The eldest baby sheep peeked outside, heart pounding like a drum. And there, through the shimmering curtain of rain, stood a familiar figure, soaked from head to hoof, with a heavy basket in her mouth and love in her eyes. It was their mother. For a second, time stood still. The storm faded into silence. The baby sheep gasped in joy, their fear forgotten. The youngest whispered, "She really came back." One by one, they stepped into the rain, their tiny hooves splashing in the puddles as they ran to her. She dropped the basket and opened her arms wide. With tears in their eyes and warmth in their hearts, they finally reached her embrace. After everything, they were safe, truly safe, and together again. The mother sheep held her babies close, her wool wet but warm. She nuzzled each of them gently, checking their faces, their eyes, their hearts. They clung to her, pressing their little heads into her chest, trembling from all they'd endured. Inside the cottage, the fire crackled softly, casting golden light across the wooden floor. The fear, the scratching at the door, the growls in the dark, all of it faded as her soft voice whispered, "It's over now, my brave little ones." The youngest sheep looked up and whispered, "We remembered your words. We didn't open the door." A proud smile spread across the mother's tired face. "You listened, and you protected each other." Outside, the storm still whispered, but inside, the warmth of love filled every corner. This wasn't just a reunion, it was the moment their bond grew stronger than ever before. That night, something had changed inside the little cottage, and inside the hearts of the baby sheep. They weren't just small and innocent anymore. They had faced fear, recognized danger, and stood strong. The mother sat near the fire, telling them stories again, but this time, they listened with wiser ears. "The world can be gentle," she said, "but it can also be tricky. That's why we must stay kind, but careful." The youngest nodded slowly. He remembered the tail in the bushes, the scratch at the door, the voice that almost fooled them, and yet, they had made the right choice. "We were scared," said the middle one softly, "but we stayed together." The mother smiled. "And that is what makes you strong." Outside, the rain had nearly stopped, but inside, something beautiful had begun, a new kind of courage, growing quietly in their hearts. Morning light peeked through the clouds as the last drops of rain clung to the leaves. Inside the cozy little cottage, peace had returned. The baby sheep snuggled close by the fire, wrapped in a warm blanket of safety. Their mother sat beside them, gently brushing their damp wool with her hoof. No growls, no knocks, just the soft sound of wind in the trees. The fireplace crackled, casting long shadows on the wooden walls, like echoes of the storm now past. The youngest sheep let out a soft sigh and closed his eyes, his ear still twitching at every sound, but this time, not from fear, from comfort. The mother kissed each of them gently and whispered, "You're safe now. The danger is gone." Outside, the world was still wet and dark, but inside, it was home, a place where even after a storm, love makes everything warm again.